Why does modern culture seem to reward the shallow? Buckle up because we're about to embark on a journey that might just change the way you view your daily scroll. Picture this, you're mindlessly flipping through your social media feed and suddenly you're hit with a barrage of perfectly curated selfies, viral dance challenges, and clickbait headlines. Sound familiar? But have you ever stopped to wonder why these surface level snippets dominate our digital landscape? Let's start with the elephant in the room, algorithms. These invisible puppet masters are designed to keep us glued to our screens, and they've figured out a devious trick. They favor content that's immediate, visually striking, and emotionally charged. Why? Because it's the stuff that makes us click, share, and come back for more. But here's the kicker. This digital fast food leaves little room for nuanced ideas or deep discussions. It's a classic case of quantity over quality, and we're all unwitting participants in this grand experiment. But wait, there's more. Our brains are being rewired in real time, folks. Every like, every notification, every endless scroll. It's all part of a carefully crafted system of variable rewards. It's not unlike a slot machine, except instead of coins, we're gambling with our attention and mental well-being. This dopamine-fueled dance keeps us coming back for more, even when we know it's not good for us. Is it any wonder that shallow content has become our go-to digital snack? Now let's talk about our dwindling attention spans. In a world where information comes at us faster than a bullet train, who has time for long-form articles or in-depth analysis? We've become a society of skimmers and headline readers, barely scratching the surface of complex issues. But here's a thought-provoking question. Are we losing our ability to engage in deep, meaningful discourse? And if so, what does that mean for the future of critical thinking? Social media has turned us all into curators of our own personal brand. We're constantly comparing ourselves to the highlight reels of others, desperately seeking validation through likes and comments, but at what cost? This relentless pursuit of digital approval often leads us to present a polished, superficial version of ourselves, one that's more concerned with appearances than authenticity. How many of us can honestly say we haven't felt a twinge of envy or inadequacy while scrolling through our feeds? And let's not forget about the allure of materialism in the digital age. It's no secret that flaunting luxury goods and lavish lifestyles generates more buzz than posts about philanthropy or intellectual pursuits. This creates a feedback loop where conspicuous consumption is not just encouraged but celebrated. But here's a question to ponder. In a world that increasingly values the superficial, how do we reclaim the importance of substance and character? The constant barrage of information we face daily is taking its toll. Media fatigue is a very real phenomenon, leaving us mentally exhausted and more likely to gravitate towards easily digestible content. It's a vicious cycle. The more overwhelmed we feel, the less likely we are to engage with challenging or thought-provoking material. But is there a way to break free from this pattern, or are we doomed to drown in a sea of memes and hot takes? Perhaps one of the most insidious effects of our modern media landscape is the creation of echo chambers and filter bubbles. Algorithms, in their infinite wisdom, serve us content that aligns with our existing beliefs and preferences. While this might seem convenient, it's actually a recipe for intellectual stagnation. When was the last time you encountered a perspective that genuinely challenged your worldview? And more importantly, how open were you to considering it? The consequences of this shift towards the superficial are far-reaching. We're seeing the rise of viral, overvaluable content, where the most shared posts aren't necessarily the most insightful or important. Critical thinking skills are on the decline as we opt for easy answers over nuanced understanding. And let's not overlook the toll this is taking on our mental health. Constant comparison and the pursuit of unattainable perfection are leaving many of us anxious and dissatisfied. So, what's the takeaway from all this? In a media landscape designed for speed and instant gratification, depth and substance have taken a backseat. Our culture now reinforces the shallow because it's easier to consume, easier to replicate. Thoughtful discourse and introspection don't fit neatly into 15-second video formats or 280 character limits. If an idea can't be packaged as a shock, a visual spectacle, or a quick hit of engagement, it risks being buried in the digital noise. But here's where you come in, dear viewer. Are we destined to be passive consumers in this shallow ecosystem, or can we actively shape a different future? How can we cultivate spaces for deeper engagement and meaningful connection in our digital lives? What small changes can we make in our daily habits to prioritize substance over surface-level stimulation? As we wrap up this exploration of modern culture's infatuation with the superficial, I encourage you to take a moment and reflect. How has your own relationship with media and technology been shaped by these forces? Are there areas of your life where you've noticed the creep of superficiality? Remember, awareness is the first step towards change. By understanding the mechanisms that drive our culture towards the shallow, we can begin to make more conscious choices about how we engage with the world around us. It's up to each of us to decide whether we want to be swept along by the current of superficiality or chart a course towards deeper waters. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to join our community of critical thinkers. And most importantly, let's continue this conversation in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the rise of superficiality in modern culture? Have you found ways to cultivate depth in your digital life? Your insights could be the spark that ignites a meaningful change. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and remember, in a world that often values style over substance, choosing depth is a revolutionary act. See you in the next video.